I'm Janet Echelman. I wish I could be present in front of you today, but since I can't, the second best thing, I've created this video to share some of the ideas. I am so excited about Dilworth Plaza in Philadelphia.
First, a little background. I'm an artist who works with public space and responds to each site with the history and language of that place. I've had a long-standing interest in the way that environmental forces interact and become a contemplative experience for the public.
I begin by studying a site and work to create a sense of place.
You're looking at my work, She Changes, on the coast of Porto, Portugal, where I worked with aeronautical engineers to shape the net to show the patterns of wind. Next, you look at what was going to be built for the new Olympic ice oval for the Vancouver Winter Olympics. They brought me on board and I worked with the team looking at nearby Japanese gardens, and I translated those into sketches and projected them onto a 3D model. This is how the project changed and how it is today. The last image I'll show you is a project I built for the city of Phoenix, Arizona. 145 feet tall, it billows over its downtown and has been credited with the revitalization. Now, Dilworth Plaza. I was really taken over by the beauty of this historic architecture, and I've always known I didn't want to compete with it. And even translucent net would be too much, in my opinion. I started with a scale analysis of what was already occurring in the site, the architecture, both historic and the new work by Kieran Timberlake. And I looked back at the history to Center Square Waterworks and the importance of this being the site of the first publicly funded fountain. It seemed important to me that water be a material here. I also looked at the Pennsylvania Railroad Broad Street station that used to be here, trains powered by steam, and it seemed that steam, or this mist, fog, steam form of water, was an important material that I could draw with here in the city. I also looked at the industrial history, and as Paul Levy says, Philadelphia has done a great job celebrating its colonial and federal history. But the industrial history is a story that really needs to be told. And I looked for precedents of using this kind of fog, mist, or steam-like material in a historic place. This is Bordeaux, France, where the water scrim is like a mirror, and Olin will talk about that. I wanted to reveal not only the environmental forces here, the wind, but I also wanted to reveal the inner workings of the city. The history of this site is the trains of the Pennsylvania Railroad, but today it's the subway trains that move through the city. And I wanted to reveal the actual subway lines underneath the plaza, these 3 subway lines. Here you see an animation of how we will be drawing with this new dry mist that we've been developing for this project. It will happen in real time as the trains come in and out. This new material, a dry mist, allows people to walk through without getting wet. It's created of atomized water particles mixed with compressed airflow. What's exciting for me is that this not only shapes with wind, but it also allows people to shape it. As you see in this video, as you move your hands through it, the dry mist moves around your hand or body. It reflects in the water, scrim, just as the historic architecture will be reflected. And at night, it's transformed with colored light that I layer with 3 different light sources to create almost a physical Rothko painting. So here's the prototype that we made. That's the grating, which will be ADA compliant and thinner so that a shoe heel won't be able to go through it. As you look inside, the apparatus will be stainless steel. Through these pipes are little holes where compressed air comes up to channel the dry mist. Here is the area where the atomized water particles are projected through valves. And all together, this creates this colored mist effect.
Thank you for your attention. I hope you like the concept.